Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour and one of the biggest marquee events of the entire season. It's the 20-car, 100-lap All-Star Race, the A-Main, whatever you want to call it, from Bowman Stadium. We have 20 cars on the ballot, not on the ballot, on the track this afternoon. As from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we are going to have one of the most exciting races that we have had all season in the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour. Gary Arnsdorf and Chase Buck are on the front row this afternoon with Creed Daniel, Ryan Inemo, Chase Buck, Dan Wilkins, Bristol Hopper, Georgia Segunda up to second, Santiago Alvarez, all of them behind them. We got 100 laps of exciting racing from the quarter-mile track that is known as Bowman Gray Stadium right now.
Drivers, start your engines!
Well, you heard the woman. Let's get underway from Bowman Gray Stadium for the All-Star Race in Season 2 of the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour. So they're not even going to do a full pace lap. They're just going to go around. The 98 of Darian Arnsdorf, who is your points leader, is on the pole with Chase Buck right behind him. Daniel, Adama, and Papa George is in your top five. Here's the green flag for the All-Star Race in the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour. Already getting a little bit squirrely. You can see Doug Doran moving to the outside there, moving his spot to Armin Salvador. For a few laps, this is going to be side-by-side racing. After a few laps, it's really going to evolve into just single-file racing, which I think that everybody's basically expected at this point. We actually ran the All-Star race for about 15 laps before my game crashed to a spot. Right now, Chase Buck in third, and Ryan Inemo moving some spots. He's now down 7th. Take a look at the field. Adama's having the unlucky break of being on the outside line. And remember, this is a quarter-mile track with absolutely zero banking. This is essentially the equivalent of getting your high school field and, you know, taking the track that goes around the football field and literally making a NASCAR track out of it. Now, obviously, you would have to make it wide, and because if you try to go 3 wide on this thing, it ain't gonna work. But still, not exactly the most ideal situation. But hey, Bowman Gray Stadium is just an hour away from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where the All-Star Race is usually held. The All-Star Race is usually held at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord for the NASCAR All-Star Race, which is obviously different because we are running Gray. So Doug Doring now back to 20. How did he get there? We'll see what happens. Because obviously Doug did not get there because he started there. I think what happened was that he just kept losing positions. And that's what brought him to that point. Yeah, you could see 11th, 9th, went all the way. He started in the top 10. We know that. We know he started in the top 10, but he just hasn't been able to capitalize on it. God. The lap times at this track are quite literally insane. The fastest lap to this point is from Jay Bird, running 9th, with a 13.938. That is insane. If this had more banking, you know, like Bristol does, and it was also a quarter-mile track, we would probably see lap times in the low 13s or even the high 12. I bet you that. But because there's no banking, you really have to be fighting for grip. That's correct. And now Jay Bird is one of those guys. Jay Bird is one of those guys who had to fight to get into the All-Star race. He had to go in the All-Star Open and then finish that 40-lap event in top 5. So that's also what Tim Moore has done here. He's running 10th. Out of the 20 cars who did go into the All-Star race. 5 of them are part of the crew that participated in the All-Star Open. Those cars would be, like we said, Jay Berger running 19, running 10. Stephanie Larson running 16. Carl McKinney running 15. And Luis Aguilar running right now at 20th. And Stephanie Larson won the All-Star Open after making that pass on Carl McKinney about halfway through the races and costing him out on lap 15. It was still good for her, but I think that we kind of knew that out of the 20 drivers who made the All-Star race, there's not too much passing that goes on the race. If you start at the front, you're more than likely to stay at the front. Of course, that's not guaranteed, but that's why the person who won the All-Star Open and led the majority of laps is right now running well outside the top 10 here at Bowman right again, with basically the same group of people. There's the 07 and the 08 battling it out, the 84 Automatic Star getting it on. Now I guess it's complicated. I thought I saw some damage on the car, but not quite. Now, of course, they are catching up to lap traffic here on lap 20. Luis Aguilar is running last, and you know, with a whole 42-car field, it would take like 6 laps to catch up to lap traffic. Maybe even less. I haven't tried it, to be honest. But we had a great work from Ryan Ademan in 92 to give us double pit stalls, which if we ever hold a regular season race at Bowman Gray, we will use it. But unfortunately, we didn't end up using them for our purposes, as you know, they use less than 20 cars, or for using 20 cars. Creed Daniel on the inside of the 98 of Darian Arthur, he could make a pass here, and he is going to do just that. Creed Daniel is going to clear Darian Arthur, make the pass, and take the lead on lap 25. But they still have not tackled the lap traffic yet. Everybody's basically so spread out. That is the first lead change of the entire day. But the question is, will he be able to fight against Luis Aguilar? Out of the 20 drivers, Creed Daniel has the 9th fastest lap with a 13.982, and actually we do have a new fastest lap. It was now Ryan Adema with a 13.787. We talk about how Ryan Adema is the short track master. He's done pretty well at pretty much all short tracks. He even won the race at Martinsville, which is why he's in the All-Star race. If you win, you are in for the All-Star race. Of course, there's no playoff system this year, so there's no real system for that sort of thing besides the championship lottery. But he was locked into the All-Star race because he won at Martinsville. This guy runs sprint cars in Florida. Because he runs those sprint cars, which, you know, they're really a marvel. If you look up sprint cars, you just know that they are really a marvel. They have wheels on the side that are just really interesting to look at. If I'm being quite frank here, it's really incredible how these people drive those things. You know, they're not stock cars. They are in no way stock cars. So sprint cars are really just incredible. And even though he's running obviously a Dodge Challenger here, he ain't running no Dodge Challenger in sprint cars. There's no guarantee, no. And he's running 12th right now. He's doing really good. He's hanging in, which is good. Even if he doesn't win the All-Star race, his teammate is somewhat close to getting there, and that is Chase Buck. He's running 3rd. Chase Buck was also locked into the All-Star race. He probably would have gotten in anyway, because he was already doing so well in the race despite not having a win. He finally capped it off with a win at Atlanta in race number 11, to extend the streak to 11 races without a repeat winner, which actually was broken just at Talladega. We had a streak of 11 races with 11 unique winners. That said was broken at Talladega. Ian Rob, who is currently running in the lead position, he won his 2nd race of the season. He's actually been on a really good streak as of late. He won at Bristol, leading about half of the laps. He made a pass on lap 67 out of 150, and really never gave it up. There were a lot of lead changes during the race, and he only gave it up once, and he had it back around lap 100. Rob, he also won at Talladega. Bristol and Talladega are two of the most different tracks there are out there to offer. So when you look at a guy like Rob, that's really just going to, for somebody who didn't join the league until Charlotte, which was race number 5 on the season, it really raised a few eyes to see how good he was doing in the top division. Since, for Charlotte really had a good wave of drivers after. At Darlington, they only had 38 drivers, including Canterbury, who ran one race as a villain in the number 97 Toyota. However, after that, there was such a big wave of drivers that they had to make a waiting list, and they had to do all of this stuff to really get in there and to make the system better. Now, I will mind you that we're almost halfway through the race, and we still have not conquered that lap of traffic yet. Luis Aguilar is still holding out in 20th. His best lap is 14 on the dot. Jay Monin really tried to come down there on the 92 Jay Monin, and never really made the mark. We are getting word from race control that on lap 50, we will get a competition caution. This is not no stage racing or anything along those lines. It is just a competition caution because we have had no cautions this race. And it's basically just a byproduct of the fact that, well, it's going great, there hasn't been any cautions yet, so if you're going to go halfway through the race without a caution, you're going to throw a caution. And here's the weird and unusual pit lane that I talked about in the All-Star Open, where you quite literally, if you want to go into pit lane, you have to go through this opening in the wall, and then go on to pit lane like this, and then here's the pit stalls right here, and then once you leave pit lane, you'll be going out like this. So that's really one of the most unusual things I've really ever seen in pit lane. But hey, if it works, and it seems that it has worked ever since the 1940s at Bowman Gray Stadium, and that's why we're racing here in the modern Stock Car Cup Tour. Just 3 more laps until the competition caution. 3 Daniel, followed by Chase Buck. Top 5 consider Gary Arnold has fallen back into 5th. Yeah, I am correct. That is 5th. I apologize. Now, Creed Daniel still trying to chase down Luis Aguilar before the competition caution, and that looks like that is not going to happen. They will go back to the stripe, and we will go under caution. That's kind of what I have to do if I want to do a planned caution like that. I just have to press yellow and debug. So, there we go. Caution is out, and make sure that nobody, dies in turn 2. The question is, will they be going to pit lane? They will be. Basically, everybody will be going to pit lane. Take a look here. They're following the cones. That's good. So here comes Creed Daniel. Let's take a look at what he's doing. Creed Daniel is going to take 4 tires and Sunoco Racing Fuel. And Darian Arnthorpe at the front, he's kind of got a little bit of an advantage because he's at the front of the pit box. I don't know. Let's see. Who will be getting the faster pit stop? Armin? No, it will be Creed Daniel who will retain his lead, but Armin Salvador will gain a few spots, coming out 2nd. Creed Daniel, no. Chase Buck 3rd, Agrippa Papageorgios 4th, Patrick Starr in 6th. Ryan Adema having a really slow pit stop right now. He's going to beat out Stephanie Larson, but I don't know if that's really going to help them much. We are under caution lap 53 from the coveted All-Star race from Bowman Gray Stadium. You can see right here how leaving the racetrack, look at that, holy cow, Luis Aguilar. That's exactly what I mean when I mean dangerous pit exits. Like, there he is, he almost took out Tim Moore. Is anybody else still on pit lane? No, there's nobody on pit lane, but still, that exactly proves my point of why it's so bad. And this is why, because of the glitchy AI, I think, everybody sort of slowed down You can see on our scoreboard there says the 28 is in the lead. Might be a little bit messed up though, since it says the 79 is second, and we don't even have a 79. So yeah, it will all lead up to that. You can see 3 cars are going to come back up onto the track 1 lap down. Greg Shetner, Luis Aguilar, and Jacob Thibodeau are all 1 lap down. There they go. Creed Daniel, your race leader on lap 55 out of 100. We will go green on Bowman Gray Stadium in the All-Star race. Back around, and Creed Daniel still your leader. You wonder if these lapped cars are going to be a benefit to Creed Daniel, since they're all really just getting in the way of all these other drivers trying to get in front. Creed Daniel now having a 1.97 second lead for the second place driver, just because of the fact that they are... Whoa! Thibodeau! Up in the wall goes Jacob Thibodeau. Does that warrant a caution? It does not. Let's see what happened here. You could see that coming. Thibodeau basically got chased down by Chase Buck. No pun intended. He goes to the grass and he comes back up the track and... pow! Into the wall. You can imagine that won't be good for Chase Buck, as now they're running 3 wide on the back stretch. That also cannot be good. Now the lead is broken 0.62 seconds. It's causing a lot of damage. That's really interesting there. And if anything, Creed Daniel is the guy who knows a thing or two about keeping a surprisingly large lead. He won at Darlington in the Southern 500, which is why he is in this All-Star race, along with points as well, because he's running 19 points. But also, he, if you were not aware, has the record for the largest... Whoa, Tim Moore, speaking of large, that's Tim Moore spinning on the front stretch. Caution is out. So let's take a look here. I think this is pretty clear as day. Tim Moore getting spun by Stephen Larson, and everybody misses him. Everybody missed him. That was a simple 180 right there. Oh! Creed Daniel goes to pit lane, and he is the only man going to pit lane. That's going to be huge for the other guys. I think that Armin Salvador, yes, they are going to score Armin Salvador as the race leader on lap 65 here. But as we were saying, Creed Daniel has the record for the largest win margin victory rate of 9.66 seconds. That's insane. That is quite literally insane. So Creed Daniel will give up his lead and start from the tail end of the field. I think that's pretty interesting there. So lap 66. Yeah, the man from North Virginia, Armin Salvador, is your race leader. Caution lights are still on, so we're gonna have another lap of caution at least another lap of caution. This is what I meant by glitchy AI. They don't know what they're doing. Remember, these people aren't... There's no real people. As you can see, this 52 on the side. Well, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing, if I'm being honest. Pace car lights are off. That means we're going to go green next time by. I would assume. Whoa, Salvador. He got a little bit of damage on his front end there. And so did Jay Bird. Bird got a little bit of, let's see here. He got some damage on his front hood. As we will go back under green on lap 69. This is going to be a nice restart here. Green flag. Already a little bit squirmish. Luckily for the leaders, the cars that are not on the lead lap are starting in front of them, so I guess that's good. We now got a lap 70, 31 laps to go from the All-Star race for the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour. Patrick Starr running in second, Jay Bird running in third, and now if you take a look at your free game running in 16th, really weird decision for him to go on a pit stop in that time of race when he was the only one to go. Seemed like a bad decision, but I guess he was in front, so they didn't know if other people were going to pit. Remember, they couldn't talk to their teammates because Reed Daniel is the only member of Pacific Racing that's at the All-Star race, that's driving in the All-Star race. The 62 Brady Wilmington was in the All-Star race but missed it, finishing last in 16th. And then Dakota Bennett was just one spot off, finishing 6th out of the 16-car field. Right, Salvador is still your race leader. He's going to go on the inside of the 52. Does he take the lead away? He is able to clear, not quite, but he's almost there. He's almost clearing the 52 of Salvador. Yeah, I knew going into turn 2, if he went into that corner high, he was definitely going to be able to take that lead away, and that's exactly what he just did. Armin Salvador falling off of number 1, now falling into the number 2 position on lap 78. Although Salvador could take the lead back, he might do that. He jumps to the inside. Salvador's going to try to take the lead back. They are side by side, headed to the line. And oh, that is so close. How close was that? How close? 2/1000th of a second, ladies and gentlemen. That was so close. Let's take a look at that again. I just want to show how close that was. Look at that. 2/1000th of a second. Armin Salvador was solidly back in the lead, and now Jay Bird, who's had front end damage after getting a little bit rusted up on the caution, is now in third. So you know what I find really interesting is that he's doing right now the best out of the 5 drivers who had to qualify for the All-Star race by running in the All-Star Open. He finished third in the All-Star Open and he started his race 17th, but he moved up 14 spots to now get to the third position. Great for him. And now Darian Arnsworth, the point sitter and the pole sitter, will be behind him. Got that damage on the front hood. He's running just fine. So Patrick Starr only holds the lead for a few laps before getting taken away by himself. Let's take a look at the cockpit of OE for himself. He's doing that thing again where he's running into the corner high and trying to make a move on Salvador. He'll be on the inside once again. Now he's going to jump to the inside once more. Coming off of turn number 2, Patrick Starr takes the lead back. I don't think Thibodeau is going to be a factor. I don't think Luis Aguilar is going to be a factor either. But Patrick Starr is able to clear the 52 and take the lead back with just 13 to go. So Aguilar is on the inside of the 52. That makes you a little bit worried if Salvador is starting to lose his leverage, and I think that's going to be the case. He's going to get behind the lap car of Luis Aguilar, which could clear the way for Patrick Starr, because right now, like we said, he's the race leader, and with just 11 laps to go coming to the line, he's going to have a great opportunity. I think that might have been the last blow that Armin Salvador needed to lose this race, and it's really going to be interesting how that sort of pans out in the end of things. That 08 car, it hasn't really been ran much in the league. It wasn't designed for the All-Star race or anything like that. It was run much. Sponsored by Bang Energy, M&M's, and Interstate Batteries. Really interesting. 9 laps to go for the All-Star race. Armin Salvador in second, Petri Star in first. We said you are the 08 and the 52 right now. They are really battling and they're fighting for position. They're jockeying for spots. We said Green Daniel, who led the entire first half of the race to a point. He led basically the entire first half. He's now in 15th, he's now in 16th. Your top 10 being Star, Salvador, Bird, Arnsdorf, Adolf, Adama, Papa, Georges, Korab, McKinney, and Chase Buck falling back into 10th position. I don't think Salvador might be, unless Luis Aguilar passes the 08, which I don't know if he will. He might. He's in 19th, he's trying to unlap himself, he's trying to finish him at least lap. It's getting a little squirrely between the leader and the lapped car. Oh, now the Star is being forced to run the outside line. Now the gap is getting a little bit closer. Between the 55 and the 08. Oh, did they get that? Now the 08 is trying to take that spot back. 3 laps to go. Remember, this is between a lapped car that we're talking about when it comes to jockeying for position, and now the 08 finally clears to 55 again. Headed back to the stripe, 2 laps to go in the All-Star race. Headed back to the white flag, 1 more lap to go for Patrick Star. He finished second at Darlington, he finished pretty darn close in Talladega, and now finally at Bowman Gray Stadium. Patrick Star in his single car, one-man operation, he will take the checkered flag, and Armin Salvador comes up just short as Patrick Star wins at Bowman Gray Stadium in the second annual Modern Stock Car Cup Tour All-Star race. This has been Dan Wilkins. Thank you for a great first half of racing in the Modern Stock Car Cup Tour. We'll see you guys next time on the flip side from Phoenix, Arizona for race number 15. We'll see you guys next time.